Good morning. So just wanted to review section 3 of Beowulf as you guys are moving into section 4. So for section 3, of course, it was our first battle scene. It was the battle between Grendel and Beowulf. Beowulf is really one of the two focuses of this section. So Beowulf's strength and the strength of the building Heorot are the two primary focuses throughout this section. And we definitely get to hear a lot about Heorot's structure and how it was developed to last basically forever. And there's this little hint of foreshadowing for us that fire will be the one thing that takes it out. And if you've watched any of the sections of Beowulf, you'll actually notice that Beowulf sets the place on fire at one point, which I think is a little nod to that particular line of the text. Otherwise, we see a lot about Beowulf's strength, and we particularly get it compared to gods as well as non-human beings, and just generally stronger. It's implied as generally stronger than Grendel. We also get a lot of stuff about God in this particular section, and God's favor being on Beowulf, the Geats, and the Danes over Grendel. So keep an eye out for those biblical allusions, guys. Again, they are going to be jam-packed in this section, as well as kennings and alliteration, as well as description and characterization, particularly of Beowulf and Grendel, obviously in this section, but some other characters as we move forward. So Beowulf obviously is described as like the strongest of the strong, and Grendel is continuously described the same way he has been, similarly to an animal, similarly to a just hated beast. You know, we have this extreme opposite of Beowulf throughout the text. Obviously, there's reference to kennings and allusions in this particular section over other things that you may have noticed. There's a good bit of those compared to other sections. So remember, kennings are renamings of characters or places in this in a particular text, rather than saying the name over and over and over. It helps with repetition, and it gives description and details without having to stop and give those repetition and details, or those details and characterization. The alliteration just kind of makes the line flow a little bit, and it's kind of like a tongue twister. So a lot of times you're going to see H's, S's, and maybe T's in this particular text. Sorry about that, guys. And you're also going to see the death of Grendel, of course. I don't know if that's completely obvious in this section, but Grendel does die. And of course, Beowulf is praised for killing him in that death, as well as, remember, the arm. The arm is kind of like the key thing here. Like, Grendel literally rips off Grendel's arm for a trophy, and they hang it up in Heorot. Seems like a little bit of a disgusting decoration, but it is what it is. And then we also have huge celebrations after Beowulf wins this battle, and a lot of people are going on pilgrimages, which there is a little side note in your book about what a pilgrimage is, and this term isn't going to go away, so do keep in mind that you need to kind of have an idea what a pilgrimage is if you don't already. And then finally, they're singing and dancing and celebrating, but they're also doing this interesting thing where they're talking about people singing epic poems about Beowulf as we're reading an epic poem about Beowulf. Seems a little bit like a fourth wall break to me, and if you're not sure what a fourth wall break, think of one of those movies where the actor, the character, literally looks directly at the screen and is talking to you, the audience sitting in the theater, and they know that they're talking to you. Deadpool is notorious for this particular technique. So if you're not sure, that would be a good place to check out similar fourth wall breaks. Or Emperor's New Groove, if you've ever seen any particular Disney movies. The Emperor's New Groove does it a lot as well. So those are just two places to kind of check those things out. This is just a super, super quick recap of Section 3. Let me know if there are any questions for Section 4 this week. We're going to be introduced to Grendel's mother. I'm around. Let me know if there's questions, guys. Be good.